Here's the truth. For a lot of people, the way they're using savings accounts and ISAs right now is really not optimal. You'd be led to believe that just dumping a monthly amount into an ISA makes you a tax-saving mastermind. So I'm going to show you how to actually cut your savings tax bill to the bone, legally, safely and smarter than 99% of the UK. So if you're relying on your bog standard savings account, or even worse, a dusty old cash ISA, grab a cuppa and a notepad and listen close, because in the long term, this could be huge for you. Let's get started by addressing one of the main problems with savings in the UK. Most people in the UK are still stuck thinking ISA equals the best. But thanks to inflation, terrible interest rates, and government thresholds that barely keep up, that old advice just doesn't cut it anymore. Here's the reality in 2025. Cash ISAs often pay lower rates than ordinary savings accounts. For example, Barclays Reward ISA offers 2.75% as standard, with another that has limited withdrawals at around 4%. Whereas if you get a Santander Edge current account, you get 6% in your first year. And Kahoot, also owned by Santander, give you 5%. That's a potential difference of £650 per year, compounded year on year with your 20k. Your first 1,000 of savings interest, or £500 if you're a higher rate taxpayer, is already tax-free under the Personal Savings Allowance. High inflation means that money just sat in cash is actually losing value, even if it's tax-free. And that's because your purchasing power is shrinking. As your prices, they increase for everything these days, from food to utilities, but your cash doesn't increase anywhere near the same rate. Translation: if you're saving the wrong way, you're basically handing HMRC free money and you're losing purchasing power at the same time, which, if you ask me, is doubly daft combination for you to choose. So, what do you need to consider before investing money into an ISA? Before you even think about an ISA, check this. If you're a basic rate taxpayer, so under £50,270 income, you get £1,000 of interest tax-free. If you're a higher rate taxpayer, the 50,000 odd to 125,000 odd, you get 500 tax-free. Let me give you an example. If you put 20,000 into a normal savings account of 5% interest, say, that's 1,000 per year. That's completely tax-free without even needing to touch an ISA. If your savings interest is below your allowance, you don't even need an ISA yet. Want the highest paying, easy access or fixed rate accounts instead. And remember, some of these normal savings accounts are paying over 5% right now, compared to many cash ISAs limping along at 3-4%. Which reminds me, actually, if you're finding this helpful so far, hit subscribe. We post weekly no fluff guides that help not just business owners and side hustlers pay less tax, but also anyone looking to make their money work better for them and build real financial security. If it ever stops being useful, no worries, you can unsubscribe anytime. So now you know about your PSA, Personal Savings Allowance. When should you use a cash ISA? A cash ISA is useful if you've got a large cash balance earning interest above your Personal Savings Allowance, for example, or you want a safe, protected space for emergency funds, even if the rate isn't the absolute best. Otherwise, you're often better chasing higher returns elsewhere. If you do use a cash ISA, fixed rate ISAs tend to pay far better than easy access ones. Just make sure you can lock your money away without penalty. For example, you can have a limited number of withdrawals a year. But what if you don't need immediate access to your money? Well, stocks and shares ISAs absolutely wipe the floor with cash savings. There's no capital gains on your investment profits, so no tax to pay on that. There's no dividend tax on investment income. There's no income tax paperwork needed. So let's say you invest 10,000 into a diversified fund and it grows by 7% per year. In 10 years, that's about 19,672, and every penny of profit is tax-free. Outside an ISA, you'd be paying capital gains tax at 18 to 24% on the gains. And sorry, as an accountant, I've also got to mention that with stocks and shares, there are potential risks as well as rewards, so always be aware of that. Plus, look at stocks and shares ISAs as a longer term investment to even out any bumps in the market, for example. There are a variety of platforms you can go through. There's established companies such as Hargreaves Lansdown and Interactive Investors. They have fees, and sometimes they're a bit higher than newer platforms such as Trading 212, who don't have any fees currently but are the new kids on the block. The bottom line is, if you're letting your money sit in a low-yielding cash ISA for 10 years, you're not just being safe, you're getting robbed by inflation and you're missing out on serious tax-free growth. But enough about ISAs. What other options do you have available? Well, premium bonds through NS&I are another secret weapon if you hate losing capital. Premium bonds are offered by NS&I, so that's National Savings and Investments, who are a government-backed institution. They work differently to normal savings accounts or ISAs, and here's how. Instead of paying you guaranteed interest, every £1 you invest buys you a chance to win monthly tax-free prizes. It's a bit like buying a lottery ticket, except you get given the price of the ticket back whenever you want. Prizes range from £25 to £1 million, and the more bonds you hold, the more chances you have. Your capital, so your original money, is 100% safe. It's fully backed by HM Treasury. And here's the headline: all prizes are 100% tax-free, no matter how much you win and no matter what your income level is. The average return currently is 4%, but as this is averaged across all different prizes, an actual win could be that £25, or it could be the £1 million. So the actual return rate is lower than an ISA as an average, but lots of people choose them on the basis of the chance of a much higher return and the fact that it's 100% secured savings. The current rules: minimum investment is £25. The maximum holding is £50,000. Now, you can cash out at any time. You're never locked in. And the odds of winning, about 22,000 to 1 per £1 bond. Not amazing, but better than nothing if you've already maxed out your ISAs. So spin the wheel and win prizes. Figuratively, there's no actual wheel. Now, if you're really serious about saving money and paying less tax in the UK, you can't ignore pensions. They are hands down one of the most powerful and legal tax-saving tools available. When you contribute into a pension, you're stacking up 3 different tax advantages at once. Tax relief on contributions. If you contribute personally, HMRC automatically tops up your pension by 20% basic rate tax relief. For example, you pay £80, your pension gets £100. If you're a higher or additional rate taxpayer, you can claim extra tax relief through your self-assessment tax return. For example, after your self-assessment refund, a £100 pension contribution might only cost you £60. Tax-free growth. All investment gains inside your pension, dividends, capital, interest, grow 100% tax-free. And then no capital gains tax. There is no income tax on investment returns. Reduced corporation tax for companies. If you're a limited company director, your company can pay straight into your pension as an allowable business expense. This reduces your company's taxable profits, meaning less corporation tax to pay. If you want to pay less tax on your UK savings and actually grow your money faster, the winning formula looks like this. Use your personal savings allowance, then use cash ISAs once you need them, invest through stocks and shares ISAs for long-term goals, use premium bonds for safe but lucky money, and max out your pension contributions when you can. Because remember, just having an ISA isn't clever, but using it properly is.